Hey fuckers, it's Friday.
Can't spell shattered without shat or turd.
Like a gut punch to the abdomen.
Some of the funniest shit on the web.
I call it a rock Fred.
I like the cut of your jib, gentlemen.
These 5 are the only protection we have.
The best part of the show is the genuine Hasbro love.
Good night, folks.
And of course, Pat's weekly farts.
Breaking news.
It's very outside of the box.
Hail day.
I love Friday.
Bob's Bait and Tackle, now carrying Hasbro.
They truly are your favorite podcast.
Thoughts, prayers, likes, and shares.
From A to B.
Shattered Uncut. Is that you? Shattered Uncut.
When are you going to bring Larry back?
My favorite Star Wars podcast.
Shattered Cast on
Complete fuckers. Podcast is intended for mature audiences only, and its sole purpose is to entertain. If it doesn't fit with your sensitive sensibilities, please feel free to turn it off now and
shut the fuck up, Chip.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Shattercast Uncut, episode 210, which is like 012, but in reverse, Robert D.
Oh, God.
$12 is also what Robert D pays for his Wi-Fi every month.
Yeah, I believe that.
On collars
from homeboywifi.com.
It's that Sunlink shit, man.
Why is there to be homeboy Wi-Fi, huh?
Because they got the homeboy price, got the homeboy hookup. All right. We have the t-shirts and hoodies. No, we don't have any hoodies. We have t-shirts available. Give us a shout if you want one. We can look up the size. I'm terrible about that, but stay on top of me, so to speak, and I will make sure I get it for you. Also, we're up on iTunes. You can give us a 5-star review there, or on Google Play. You can also give us a 5-star review. While I'm on the topic, a lot of hot button talk about YouTube. Everybody's losing all their millions.
No, it's dollar for me.
You got YouTube celebrities just, sleeping in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mess.
Yeah.
It's a mess.
And you're just kicking back in your recliner, in your home movie theater with your sconces.
I heard Pig for Life is just sleeping in the corner of a room on the hardwood floor. No, I'm sure he's fine. But we are not fine. So Shattercast is actually in trouble of losing our monetization, our partnership with YouTube. So we would appreciate it if you haven't subscribed to us on YouTube to go ahead and subscribe to us. You don't need to listen to us there. Every now and then we have some bonus stuff there, but you don't need to listen. Make a fake. Yeah, do what you got to do. We're very close. We're like 100 subscribers, I think, away, and we have 30 days to pull it off. I kind of feel like this is like the basis for an 80s. What do they call it? What is it? Like it's not a sitcom, but a romantic comedy. But there's comedy? Like a rom-com.
Oh,
wow. Who'd have the romance?
So do us a favor and subscribe and help us get those numbers up. We're going to try to get that information out on our social media this next week to try to help. So we're not, we're not begging on the corner with a little coffee cup.
Help to the Cool Table Network, man. Just help everybody. ROC, all this.
Yeah. Subscribe to everybody. You don't need to watch. If one of those shows is not for you, you could just subscribe and not watch.
Don't hit that bell because then you won't get notifications and everything. Just subscribe and it'll be okay.
Right.
We usually in like a 48-hour window, we get about 400 views, right? 48 to 72-hour window, 400 to 500 views. If a third of you guys just open one fake account and sub to every one on the Cool Table Network, we'll all be good. We'll all be good, and Bobby can still get his free toys. Come on.
Exactly.
All my free. You know what's funny is a lot of people think that the toys you send me, you're giving to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like people. There are some people out there that think I've like amassed like this insane
Legends collection. Yeah.
Past 3 weeks of all of your stuff. They're all like, "Man, do you think Robert D would send me some stuff?"
Dude, you would have a shitload of legends.
Someone asked you that?
Oh God, dude, it's rampant. Like I can't count on one hand the amount of people that are. I mean, it's not just that. It's
nerds are asking you if I would give them stuff.
Some are. Some definitely come across that way. Like, and there's been a few that I've tried to LOL away. You know what I mean? Like LOL, and they'd be like, "No, seriously, I can give you my address."
Get the fuck out of here!
Not sending you any toys, Mac.
Oh man.
Man,
Sound
Bobby.
Nerd Rage sounded like dog shit, but we're working on it. Forgive us. We're working on it.
The toys that Bobby doesn't want to keep, he handles with care. The ones he really likes, oh my God.
Manhandles the shit out of it.
God. He, instead of gloves, he puts like a meatball.
Nobody's going to get that joke. It was like 2% of it was.
You need some meatballs on your internet, man.
Are your kids streaming like Dora the Explorer, or what's going on?
No, they're streaming how to make new uterus hats for the
okay. Fair enough. Daddy, look, I'm putting glitter on my new boycott sign. Got
There's no room for shitholes in the USA.
Colored in crayon. All right.
Wait, hold, Bobby?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
What did you just say?
What do you got? Boycott sides colored in crayon?
Colored in what?
What do you call it? Drawings?
Crayon?
Crayon. You said
crayon.
crayon.
Did you say crayon?
No, I didn't say crane.
You said crayon.
Now I don't know how the fuck I said it. Crayon. Crayon.
It's crayon. Crayon.
It's a crayon. It's now I'm saying it wrong. I can hear myself saying it wrong.
You say crayons. Do you keep your crayons in your Tupperware drawer?
A crayon. A crayon.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm fucked up now. You've got me fucked up where I don't even know how I say the goddamn word anymore.
How do you say window?
Crayon. Pass me a crayon.
Crayon.
How do you say window?
I'm just saying, pass me a crayon.
Window.
Okay. So I say window.
No, I don't say window.
All right, that sounds.
I do say. I do. You know what I do say though that I've noticed is. Yeah. All right. Is gis.
Gis.
What is that?
What's
gis?
It's like a lazy ass way to say this.
Gis.
Yeah, like if you listen, like I've been noticing recently while I've been editing and stuff. I'm like, you put this like is.
Oh, like is. Like
no,
is.
It's like a G. There's like a G sound in there. If you put it like is.
Like is.
I never heard that.
Yeah, I just started noticing it recently.
Well,
I say yellow sometimes instead of yellow. I say yellow.
Crayon.
Oh.
Crayola crayon.
Southern.
Fucking crayon. Yeah, that's how I say it. What do you say?
Crayon.
Crayon?
Crayon.
What are they fighting? They're fighting Star Trek monsters.
That's how it's spelled, man. That's how it's spelled.
All right. So let's go around and do some introductions and say what we fucking got, I suppose. Matthew Deluxe Baldwin.
Hey there, everybody. The only thing I got was the Top Return to Grotesque.
Nice.
And that's it. I should be doing a review on him soon. And yeah. How you doing, everybody? All right.
Robert D. Nuts.
Robert what?
D's nuts.
Robert D's nuts. Oh boy. Hi.
Oh, that's his new name now. Everybody's gonna call him that now.
Great. Robert D. Crayon. Robert's got a baby screaming at the door. Hi.
KO.
I didn't get shit. I actually went to IKEA and I got a whole pile of crap at IKEA. And the baby's crying. Okay. But no Detox. I didn't even look. I don't even know where I don't even know where they have the Detox at IKEA. And I don't want to know. I avoid that whole section of the store. Ironically, that whole section is encased in glass. So I won't even go there.
The Detox are in Detox?
Are you sure you didn't get anything?
Yeah, you got something.
Uh-oh.
What did I get?
I know you got half of something.
I thought you were. I mean, something's supposed to be on its way to me that you got.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Go to Justin and come back to me because I got to bust some heads.
Your household is fucking trash.
Damn.
Justin, what'd you get this week and how are you?
I am doing well. Thank you for asking. Everybody in the house except for me has a cold, so everybody else is miserable. So if I have to cut out, you know why. But other than that, everything's good. I only got Masterpiece Sunstreaker this week, and he's pretty awesome. I like him a lot. I move him up my list of top fives from the top 5 show.
Oh, too late.
I know it's too
No,
late.
you can do that, Justin. You can do it, Justin.
Add them to next year. Hey, for those listening, Realm of Collectors had a pretty interesting discussion about Sunstreaker. And I gotta give it to Jay Ruse. He really, I don't 100% agree with him. If you listen to him, I don't even think he feels this way. I think he's just fighting the hype. But if you listen to him, it sounded like he was trashing it. But he does raise that question of how much aesthetic are you willing to sacrifice for articulation? And I think that is where I start to have problems as well. And they're finite, you know, but it's and they're minute. Like, it's just like the Megatron. How much of that is the way it is so that you can get the extra articulation? I think it's an interesting discussion to have, but they've already had it. So if you're interested, check out Realm of Collectors. I don't think it was this week. It was the week before.
No, it's this way. But where are you supposed to put this? I mean, I was thinking about that with the movie Transformers. You know, like they look more realistic. You know, they don't look like cartoons and smooth and everything. Like, where are you supposed to put all the gears and all the parts at? I mean, they're just. I don't understand it.
What are you talking about?
Like with the movie, you know, in the masterpiece, you know, everybody's grappling about, you know, it looks, you know, all junky and stuff and all that stuff. But where are you supposed to put that stuff at?
No, I mean the movie stuff looks junky because it looks junky, you know.
Well, where are you supposed? Yeah, but where are you supposed to? I mean, they can't look like cartoons.
Yeah.
But you're not. They're not going to look like the cartoons, all smooth and stuff. I mean, where are you going to put all the? Where are you going to put all the gears? Where are you going to put all the stuff at?
But what do you? I feel like I feel like I don't know if.
No, I'm just saying. But I'm saying about with the toys. You know, Jay Ruse's one of the main points is that, you know, it looks junky. You know, it looks all, you know, all.
Which figure are you talking about?
Sunstreaker.
He thinks it looks junky?
No, he doesn't.
Well, not junky, but I mean, it just looks, you know.
He thinks that there's some elements to Sunstreaker which aren't as clean as they could be in order to get more articulation. And the question that he raised was, how much aesthetic are you willing to sacrifice for additional articulation? I think it's they had the discussion, so you can listen to it there.
That's a good discussion. I know that. I'm just saying, where are you going to put that at? I mean,
I don't understand how your question relates at fucking all.
It probably doesn't. I'm sorry.
Okay, but based on articulation. So the question, though, is aesthetic and articulation are not always mutually exclusive. Because a really nice pose constitutes aesthetic. So if you've got a figure that can just stand there in an A stance and look clean, it can't do that well-articulated pose, and therefore does not have that nice aesthetic, because in that crazy pose, your eyes forgive any like lines and stuff, because you're kind of expecting that when a body is twisting and moving and stuff.
I agree with you, but I'm not. That's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about like the top of Sunstreaker's collarbone and shoulders. Like, his shoulders look the way they do so that you can get the poses out of him. But what if you don't want him in that pose?
Then you can go to go fuck yourself.
Right. Well, I mean, that's the question is, where is that fine line? Let's move it away from Transformers, right? But like, take a Figuarts Spider-Man, right, versus the Revoltech Spider-Man. The Revoltech Spider-Man makes huge sacrifices so that you can get crazy articulation. You know what I mean? It can do shit that the SH Figuarts one can't do. But gun to my head, I got to choose one. I'm probably going with the Figuarts, even though I enjoy both. You know, I don't know.
Well, that's where you just want where you want your collection to go. Do you want it to be articulated, or do you want it to look good on the shelf?
I think it's a fine balance.
But all I'm saying, my point though.
Well, there's a difference between Transformers and Spider-Man. I mean, there's so much you can do with Spider-Man that, you know, and then Transformers, it's a fucking car that you're trying to make it articulated, so it's going to look fucked up.
When I've got
no, but that's not always true. Like because there are times where they pull it off.
What car though? Like what?
If I had to pick one car off the top of my head, Make Toys Jazz is the first one that pops to mind.
Make Toys Jazz, that car is a little more smooth than what the Sunstreaker is.
I hear you, but I mean, like, you can't just keep excusing all of it.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying. I mean, there are some.
You know, you're like, what car? And I give you a car, and you're like, but that car's smoother, or you know,
it
like
is.
It's like, well,
I mean,
so how bumpy does the car have? How bumpy does the car have to be to work for the conversation?
Well, the Sunstreaker car is more, I think, more blocky. than what the Jazz is.
Your balls are blocky, like Minecraft nuts.
What about how these X-Transbot Stunicons are looking?
We don't even know if they transform.
We've already seen drawings, though.
That's a good point, Robert.
No, but my point is, though, I understand what you're saying, and I appreciate that. But it's like some of the poses I can get the Sunstreaker in, they're so complicated that my brain doesn't see the mess that it would normally see when the figure's standing still, because it accepts all this crinkling and stuff when a body is contorting. Like, it literally does not look aesthetically bad to me, because it's doing something so cool looking.
I agree, and that's awesome.
No, don't give me that.
It is awesome. It's awesome. I agree. Just like the Revoltech Spider-Man, when you can contort it into those ridiculous poses, it's fucking awesome.
But
it's
it only
fucking
looks
amazing.
good in those poses because of the joints.
Is it amazing because it's Spider-Man?
It's spectacular.
That was good.
Well put. That's well put. All right, well, let's not get sidetracked. But Realm of Collectors is having that discussion. So let's move on.
Can we go back to what I got?
No.
Did Justin finish?
I did. I said he got Sunstreaker, and that's it.
Okay.
Go on, Robert.
I forgot something. Well, I got the top half of Omni.
There you go.
Didn't you send me something that you just got?
Huh?
Didn't you send me something that you just got?
No.
Oh, what
did I send you? The Voltron, the little one?
Is that all you send?
Right now, all that's in the mail to you is a super deformed.
Oh, I thought you were sending the little one with the big one.
No, the big one didn't come yet. He'll be here any day.
Oh, okay. All right.
I have to say, man, you just got to tell him, dude, because he does not get the hint.
I sent Bobby this super deformed Toynami Voltron, and it's cute. It's the most articulated of the three you've reviewed so far. The super deformed little midgets.
Yeah. All right.
It's a pretty good one. Yeah, but I'm sorry to disappoint you, Bobby.
Oh, no worries. So what all did you get? The top half of something? Fucking.
Oh, Bobby said.
MMC Cosmos.
That was like listening to you talk to Adam. He's like, man, I'm really sorry about those lights. And you weren't like, dude, don't worry. It's the thought that counts. Instead, you were like, yeah, it's okay. Oh, God.
Bobby, ungrateful face.
Yeah, of course.
Man, look, he was gonna take them back and give me money and all this shit, and I was like, no, I'll find a way to make them work. Don't give me this shit.
He's trying to be a nice guy.
He did by throwing them in the trash.
Yeah.
You know, my Christmas sucks now.
I was like, look, Adam, I only got so many drawers to put these fucking things in.
I'm sorry, Adam, for Bobby's.
No, and I kept sending him updates. Like, look, man, I think this is gonna work. Look, and then like when I was using just the adhesive, it's like I was like, I got some good news and some bad news, and I sent this video.
No, and then you fell asleep.
What?
I got bad news, and then you fell asleep.
That's stupid.
You got that? No, he did, and then Adam freaked out.
Hey, Bobby, how you doing, and what'd you get, man?
Thanks for asking. I'm doing quite well, all things considered. And I got actually the only thing I got from myself this week was I think the Storm Collectibles Reptile, because I mentioned last week. I mentioned did I mention all the super deformed stuff that Robert sent me last week? Oh God. Okay. In that case. Only thing I got was Storm Collectibles Reptile. I had the opportunity to look at the Master-Made Palm Warriors, the Hero Hobby Grimlock, the Hero Hobby Captain Rex. I got the opportunity to look at the Bondi Movie Realization Darth Maul, the Movie Realization Jango Fett, the Mezco Wolverine, the Fans Project Pinchar, the Mezco Superman, the Mezco Red Skull, and the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Z Tien.
Nice.
And that fucking Tien, do you have that, Robert?
No, I'm like, look, it's going to be a typical situation. I pre-ordered it on eBay. It'll probably come. Knowing me, I'm going to buy it now online, and then it's going to come, and then my eBay pre-order will hit, and I'll have two.
Did you get it, Justin?
I think it's supposed to hit BBTS soon, but I don't have it here yet.
Fucking great.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, fucking, I mean, I've only looked at 3 of those Figuarts Dragon Ball Z figures, but it's easily the best of the 3.
A shame he's one of my least favorite Dragon Ball characters, but you know.
What?
Yeah, I don't really
like Yamcha more than Tien?
I do, because Yamcha gets the shaft, and like I feel like the way he goes is always comical. Like Tien is like tries too hard to be cool, and he's just not cool to me.
Yamcha never fights. Like he could never reach that level. He's just like an idiot on the sidelines, making dramatic faces at everybody else fighting.
That's true, and he dies every single time, and I'm okay with it. So.
Does Tien come with his little weirdo pedophile?
The little clown? Yeah. Little clown baby? Yeah, it comes with him.
That's good.
Chaosu.
Yeah. I took a picture of him holding him. It's pretty funny. All right. So, movie show news.
You didn't finish talking about what I got this week. Matt just cut me off and went.
I didn't know there was more. At first, there was nothing, right? Okay, continue.
Well, you asked me what the top half of what? Remember?
Oh yeah. What was top half of what?
Well, MMC is good with their responsiveness, but they're tight-fisted, man, with their plastic, because that Omni, Spaghetti Omni, he broke in a couple places, right? like, what's wrong with it? And I sent him a picture of just a
Omni Parmesan.
Omni Parmesan.
Did you send him a picture of the spaghetti?
I sent him a picture of the Omni covered in fucking spaghetti.
This is what's wrong. I tried to eat it.
It tasted terrible.
See those meatballs on the side? They didn't even want to touch the Omni.
Dude, speaking of Brian Brink, that motherfucker snores his ass off. Oh my God.
Worse than me?
Yeah, like only way I was able to fall asleep at Dust's house was Dust turned some music on super loud and it drowned out Brian Brink's snores. I was like, dude, you gonna snore s'more?
Stop snoring, you're tickling my feet. So they send the top half of Omni because a piece in the chest broke, but also a piece in the waist broke by the lower half. They only sent the top half with no fucking head. It's like, at this point, why don't you just send me a new figure? Like, what do you fucking expect? So now I got a top half with no head, and they're going to send me probably just the pelvis at this point. I doubt they're going to send me the whole lower half. But this thing isn't so easy to pull apart and put back together. Like, they're just wasting their time and money and my time and money. So I'm kind of I'm happy with their responsiveness, but frustrated with their with what they're doing with my problem at the same time.
Well, I heard I did hear they were gonna repaint your problem.
No. Into what?
Just send you an email back in a different color.
Oh, I see. That's funny.
So you're done with Make Toys, and now you're probably gonna be done with MMC. Man, you're gonna run out of companies, Robert.
I'm not done with MMC. I'm just frustrated.
I'm looking forward to that Rumble. Where's that Rumble?
Rumble.
If you listen close enough, it'll come from Match Chair later on tonight. Am I right? Am I right?
I'm already ahead of you, big guy.
What'd you have for dinner, Matt?
I had pork chops and green beans.
And raisins.
Them beans are gonna get you.
Green beans? No.
Mm-hmm.
No,
yeah, butter. You had a whole bunch of butter on them?
No, just salt and pepper.
Okay.
Asshole.
No, I'm just asking.
I know what you are.
Are you lactose intolerant, Bobby?
Am I what?
Lactose intolerant?
No.
Because the butter will make you. If the butter makes you fart, it's because you're lactose intolerant.
No, I mean you put too much butter on anything, Yeah, that goes. All right, so
Except
movie show news. Activision TF game license expires.
Uh-oh.
God.
Thank goodness.
IGN has contacted Hasbro regarding the sudden removal of Transformer video games from the various digital marketplaces. The answer they received is as follows. Hasbro confirmed to IGN his contract with Activision to publish Transformer games has expired. Hasbro is not at this time discussing what, if any, plans it might have for Transformer games on PC and consoles in the future. Multiple mobile games, including Transformers Forged to Fight, are still ongoing, however. The A4 contract began back in 2006. Who gives a shit? So, does this affect my man Lunar Fury on Twitter, who's always posting game updates? I hope not.
No, I don't think so, because that's that Forged to Fight thing.
He would be bummed the fuck out.
Yeah, no. I mean, honestly, like, it kind of sucks because, like, Fall of Cybertron, War for Cybertron were, like, good games, but then, like, the things that came after it and all the movie stuff, like, really weren't. Like, even that, I know, like, some people like that Transformers Destruction game. Like, I could not stand it. I didn't think it was very good at all. You know. So.
That was nostalgic. I liked it. Did you ever play the Armada one? I thought that was a pretty good
The Armada one was good. Was that still Activision? I'm not even sure. I
don't remember.
actually,
it was a while back.
I would like them to kind of revisit that Armada game. Not in Armada, but like, if you want to be nostalgic about it with G1 characters, like do it in that semi-open world environment. Like I think that would be awesome.
Oh yeah, when he fought Tidal Wave, that was awesome.
But like, I mean, like, the problem I had with Transformers Destruction is like it felt too much like
repetitive.
It was some other game, and they put Transformers on top of it. You know.
Yeah, I agree. It was Devastation, right? Just so we don't.
Oh, Devastation. I'm sorry. Yeah.
It was a smash button game.
Yeah, it was just thoughtless.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it for the nostalgia, and I thought the music was pretty cool and everything. But yeah, it was repetitive.
Repetitive. The mark of a good game to me is like if I take the Transformers out of this, can I see this game as it is without the Transformers?
Right.
You know, and like absolutely you could. Like now you can't go like War for Cybertron and be like, well, if I took the Transformers out, it's still what it was because like you had that lore and you had like
the story was good.
Transformation was key to the game. Yep. Instead, this is like there's an extra attack you can do when you're transformed, like whoopee. So.
Yep.
I'm gonna get those games again and play them.
I never played it.
Oh man, there's fucking Devastation or the War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron.
Devastation.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I got up to one part in I think it was War for Cybertron. It was like this. I just couldn't get past it, and then I just quit. It was just annoying. Like I didn't like the controller. I forget which platform I was playing it on. I just couldn't get the button mashing needed to drive past the guy, transform, spin around, and shoot him in the back. And I was like, fuck it. You know those guys they were carrying around like they're like armored in the front and they had like gas tanks in the back.
Yeah.
I was like, I gave up. Oh, fuck this.
Damn, man. I didn't know you were a quitter.
Yeah,
he's a quitter.
I still got.
I think if they made a Transformer game like Call of Duty or Halo or something like that, where you could choose different weapons and do some other stuff instead of just think that they went that way.
I think that's part of the reason though that like even Fall of Cybertron was like popular because they did have like that PvP mode where everybody was different based on their class. Like so that was there. Like there's potential for that kind of stuff. It's just I don't know.
If you give them different options and stuff like that, with the movie games, it was just like you would have one weapon, and you were just going through. It was just going through the motions and stuff and everything. So
yeah, and then and then there was the games that like crossed G1 and the movie, like they were like through some like time portal or
that's the last one. The last one.
Come on, so dumb.
I don't like those games where where it's the other way when it's too many guns to choose from.
Yeah, I don't like that either. I don't like that. Just give me the gun. Just give me the gun for the level. Like I don't want to and that's one thing that annoys me about Battlefront is like you walk past some random treasure chest and it's like whoa bazooka. It's like well I guess I'm fighting something big here in a fucking second. I don't know. I don't like that shit.
Oh, you don't like a challenge? Oh, okay.
No, I'm good with the challenge, but like don't like it's spoiled for me. If I walk past the rocket launcher, I know what's coming.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like you have to have it because you have no choice. Like what you're gonna fight is only to be dealt with this whatever thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or when it's just like too many, like just different types of machine guns to choose from. It's like I personally just get frazzled. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get good at one or two things and deal with those.
Yeah, just give me a pistol, a machine gun, a sniper rifle, and a fucking bazooka, and I'm fine.
And a shotgun.
But I'm not a big shotgun guy.
What about sword?
You could swap out. You could put the sword in, but only if there's no punch. Like if it's like your sword is like in a sheath on your back or whatever, scabbard. Then that's fine. But I don't need to be picking up any fucking melee weapons.
Yeah, I feel like those are cheapo moves. I hate that shit.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. IDW's Megatron alt mode revealed from Alex Milne via Twitter.
Yikes.
Yikers Island.
I think Yeah, I mean, like this looks
Escape from Yikatraz.
This doesn't look,
Is that
surprising.
a female?
I don't know who this is. Some other character.
That's not Megatron, is it?
No. It's just that Megatron alt mode is just the first picture, but like it's just a bummer because like the fucking the MMC one is like it's already out and it's like a spaceship. It doesn't look anything like this.
Why has he got a gator on top of him? I think he got like a gator or something on top of him.
Yeah. I just look at it and I can only see movie toys. Like, I don't like it at all. I don't know.
I see an anteater.
I do too. The right on top of it looks like a gator.
I don't like H-tanks. I really don't like H-tanks.
They're too overdone. The problem with an H-tank is when it comes to a Transformer, like, you know exactly what every piece is. Like, well, that's going to be his legs, and these are his arms, and he's pretty much just a Transformer lying down on his face. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of what I imagined it to be. So I'm just like, it's like
I don't know. That sparks. I'm sorry.
Only thing that looks a little weird to me is that like that front dick part hanging out in the middle, like
this anteater.
It's not a penis, Bobby.
Whatever, like dick, phallic thing. Like that seems like I'm like, where the fuck does that even come from? But
that's his penis.
But the rest of it, I mean, like it seems true to form. Like
but
all the alt modes are like kind of like this in IDW.
But you do see his tank mode early on in All Hail Megatron.
It's not, but he's not. It's a different form.
So like he has a different tank mode, and everybody knows it, but they never see it.
Well, he has like a few different forms. Like he's like the stealth bomber at some point, and he's a handgun at some point. Like
he gets reformatted.
Yeah.
But that,
and well, I haven't gotten that far. But so how come he doesn't like burn through transformation cogs?
Oh, I don't know, man. You got to talk to Spiros or somebody that really knows that shit inside and out. My level of give a fuck is low for that sort of information, and then especially now with how terrible Lost Light is especially low.
So you don't like little details like that?
Me, no, man. That's like that's the same thing I get into with Adam over Star Wars. Like I don't give a fuck about like. But what's a parsec? It's like, who cares? He drove the ship fast. Is what he's saying. That's all that matters.
Let me try to catch you here. What powers a lightsaber?
It's a kyber crystal.
Oh, and why do the Sith have red ones?
That's some new shit. They bleed the crystal, but I don't give a fuck about that shit, Robert. I know it, but I don't give a fuck about it.
Where do they find the red ones?
I thought they were bled from normal ones.
They're synthetic, so you didn't pass my test. Okay.
Or maybe I do pass your test because I don't give a fuck.
No, you don't.
Yeah, Bobby's the one that kind of moves in that.
Why do all the women in Star Wars have buns?
The Twi'leks don't.
Well, those are like tumors.
They're more like tentacles.
Probably hurts.
Why do they have tentacles?
Tentacles? Tentacles?
Why do they have tentacles?
All right. So anyway, yeah. So we got an alt mode. It looks nothing like the MMC one. So that's kind of a bummer. But whatever. All right. Third party.
It's MMC reformatted, so it was just one of his many alt modes before he settled on this one.
And honestly, like it. I don't care. Like the alt modes are used so minimally in the comic that it's. Thank you so much.
I know. It's almost like you could replace the Transformers with any other IP, and you could tell the same story.
I don't know. That I don't know about because there is a lot of stuff that's kind of deconstructed about how we view Transformers in those books. So
no, I know. I recognize that.
Oh, all right.
Still. Let's get some transforming going on. That's all I'm saying.
I hear you. Third party news. Mech Planet Legends G1 Optimus Prime.
Jesus Christ, we're empty today when we're scraping the bottom of this barrel.
Way to start off strong here.
We finish even stronger.
Let's get those 100 subs.
Why is his communicator all the way up on his shoulder? He's checking it.
That's where you got to talk to someone. Haven't you ever seen like an FBI agent? They like talk into their lapel. You know?
Oh yeah, Secret Service. Yeah.
Clearly, that's the only way to talk into anything.
Because he is straight talking to his fucking shoulder.
Now,
I can't see the screen.
Do you hate this, Rob? Did I hear that right?
What?
Do you hate this?
I hate this.
You hate this?
I don't like this company. I really don't like this company.
Trash.
Why do you hate this?
I think it looks like garbage. I don't know. It looks like
I think
shit.
it looks fun. It's Optimus Prime, but
I'm not a completionist with the Legends stuff. No way. It has to be good.
He doesn't have an ankle. Well, he might have a little.
None of these Mech Planet's hot soldiers have ankle tilts. Well, this guy looks like he might.
He has a little one. A little one.
But I'm sorry. I don't like this company. I don't like their product. I have no faith. This would have to be a groundbreaking release from them. You know, and something tells me it's not.
When I look at this toy, and I don't know if it's necessarily the picture of him next to that atrocious looking Bumblebee or what, but somehow in that picture I feel like he looks too skinny compared to everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
He does have a very tapered waist.
Yeah.
Get that V shape going. I do like the it's coming with a trailer and a roller. I think that's pretty cool. I think this looks actually pretty. This looks better than the rest of them.
I don't think this looks bad either, Matt. I'm with you.
If I would choose one from, like I said, like Robert, I don't like the company. I got the Soundwave, and I messed with that Ratchet and Ironhide, and I'm not feeling that. But this one, I would probably go in on this one for $25 probably because of the trailer.
You want to hear something funny? Look at the trailer picture.
Okay.
That's not Hot Soldiers Ironhide. That's DX9.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Fucking false advertising motherfuckers. Their Ironhide doesn't fit in there.
Are you sure that's not their Ironhide?
I think that's their Ironhide.
I think that's their Ironhide, Robert.
No, it's not.
It is.
Look at the picture.
Look at the top ports where the weapons go in. And
all right, fine. It is. Thanks a lot.
Why would they put DX9s in?
Take it off.
But I would probably go in on this. I like the trailer that they actually
now he likes
trailer
it.
Roller. No, I liked it. I never said I didn't like it.
It's the Mandela effect all of a sudden.
Whatever. You're a Mandela.
By the way, Matt, I'm looking in closer detail at the pictures of the communicator. I think the only reason it's there is because they're like, he's got an obnoxious arm flap, and we're just going to pretend it's something.
I agree.
Like, I'm sure there's nothing that indicates that it's a communicator underneath there. Like, that is flat out needed for it to go to truck mode. So
I totally agree. Yeah. I tell you what, we are digging in on this Optimus Prime, boys.
Hey.
Really getting into it.
I hope they put a picture of a Spike or something on there, or Megatron or Starscream or something. I don't know. But like I said, out of all of them, he looks the best.
Yeah, I don't think he looks good, terrible. I just don't think like I don't know. I guess I would like to see the truck mode. Do they have the truck mode anywhere? They just have the trailer, right?
It's the trailer.
Like, I feel like it's not going to be hard to one up the I forget what one it is, the hybrid style Optimus Prime. Like, that thing looks great in the bot mode, in my opinion. But I bet you this one will do better, at least in truck mode. But I don't know. There's other companies coming along who will do this better, I'm sure. So
look, Go ahead. Well, the Generation Toys Optimus.
Oh, I forgot that existed. There you go.
It is really good looking in terms of just G1 and clean. So
it's going to be funny to see these Legends figures start trampling all over each other with releases.
Everybody's always saying there's so many stuff out there, different companies doing the same thing, but Legends is doing the same thing too. So.
Yeah.
Except for Iron Factory. Has Iron Factory? Yeah, they did the Ultimate Optimus Prime.
And the Seekers.
Yeah, you don't see his back at all, right? But in the one shot of the Matrix, you can see under his head flap, you just see the space behind him. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him if he had a hollow back. I think
there you go, hollow back girl.
So, let's move on to their Bumblebee.
Did you say hollow back girl?
Mm-hmm. Cause I ain't your hollow back girl.
I ain't your hollow back girl.
Hollow back girl. All right, let's move on to this Bumblebee.
You are in on this. I know it.
Not at all. But what's funny about this to me is that like I click on the link and it takes me to this Facebook page, and the first thing I see on the Facebook page is Robert D making a comment in the thread that says, "What character is this?" Oh, it has 9 replies. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you the type of nerd that I can't stand. The type of nerd that can't wait to educate you on what some shit is. Oh, and then poor Mike is the first person to do it. I love you, Mike, but that shit is trash. That's a trash move to want to educate somebody. That's the best type of. No, I know, but and Mike's not that way. But there is a type that just can't wait to fucking inform you on some shit. And
that's my favorite type of trolling.
That guy's waiting, just waiting on Facebook.
Me up the wall.
I just won't get it. I'll just keep acting like I don't understand.
It's also simultaneously the best type of person to ask how they brush their tongue. They will show you immediately.
And they'll get screenshots and they'll get fucking websites for you. And they got that shit already automatically going. And they'll post that shit.
So Mike from Blackout and shout out to them. He says it's from the Hearts of Steel series from IDW from when they were all trains and stuff based in the early 90s. And then Robert says, but why would they make Unicron a dumpy train?
He's a big Eagles fan. Gotta hope they lose this week.
Yeah, I don't, Matt.
Oh, I know you don't, but fuck him.
I understand.
And then Robert does a shitty thing of the pancake. Good job. And it shows the fucking That's funny, Robert.
Somebody already says, I don't.
And then Mike goes, well, goddamn it, I didn't see that one coming.
What about the next one? I already figured out the transformation. The front becomes the leg and cabin becomes the torso.
Oh, okay.
Easy peasy.
You unjigurnu. Flooring Christian. Shout out to that guy.
I knew I was keeping my HOS figures for a reason.
All things considered, compared to the other stuff that this company has released, it does look good.
No, I agree. I think Justin, I totally agree. I think it looks
great. That smile.
I'll be right back.
I agree with you, Matt. Like I feel like the head is the worst part of this because it doesn't feel indicative of the character if you look at the drawings and stuff.
Yeah, he's a train. He's a steampunk train like that. He should be smiling like that. He just looks goofy.
Yeah.
I mean, the figure looks pretty good. That's all right. I'm not gonna get it, but I like the hammer with them. That's pretty cool. But that goofy smile.
Oh man, that shit is funny to me. People are so funny to me.
He said, I already figured out the transformation. He's sipping his tea too. I bet he sipped tea too when he did.
I tell you, what's funny? If I ever back out of all this shit, I'm going to avoid all of it like the plague for like a year, and then I'm gonna go back and just I'm gonna jump back into it with both feet and like read the current comments on some hot topics, just to fuck with my mind.
What kind of hot topics would that be, though? Ooh, the master.
Probably where you see third party in 5 years.
Where do you see third party in 5 years now? I'm just kidding.
Anything but G1, probably. All right. Hasbro news: special edition deluxe Repugnus listing.
All right. When are we gonna get it? It doesn't really show anything. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that's all about. Power of the Prime Starscream mold change.
I don't even know what changed on the mold. I see that they have it, like the back of it, but like what actually has changed? I have no idea.
I don't know. Someone sent me the link to it, and I was like, I don't see any difference. What are you showing?
It looks like the red circle is closed in one and open in the other.
What figure?
The Starscream, Power of the Prime Starscream.
Oh,
I don't know what difference that. Prime. It's still one of the worst figures.
So is it hard to get the wings to peg into position or something like that? Because usually that type of thing would be done to give some kind of flex to the port there.
I guess
a little bit.
I don't have problems with mine.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just a crappy figure.
I'm sorry, what?
Okay. It's a shitty figure. It's one of the worst Starscreams I've ever bought.
Called you a shithole.
I'm sorry, what?
I just feel like when Matt, says that a Hasbro figure is a piece of crap, like I feel like it's a bigger deal.
You're Justin. Yeah. A Hasbro Starscream.
I know. It just makes
Seeker loses its wings.
If you watch my review, you can tell it's a 3-step changer. Based all it is. You pay $20 for a 3-step changer. And
who would give a fuck about such a piece of shit, cheap?
A lot of people like
it.
I've seen people that like this figure, which is fine. You win. But I don't know, and they're gonna make so many add-ons for this damn thing probably, and it's gonna cost over $300 for this damn figure.
Look at the close-up shot. Look how shitty it is. Like the close-up shot of the backpack of the side. I don't even know what that is. It's like the plastic's all chewed up.
Yeah,
it's made out of Easter plastic.
Like it does look like the on the side there, like the red looks almost like 3D printed plastic. Like it kind of has like a little like rough texture to it and stuff. Like,
yeah. You can How much is this retail?
25.
Sheesh.
Oh, I am happy. I'm excited for the Deluxe for Repugnus. I know we skipped it, but because I like the grotesque and the double dealer. Just putting that out there.
Repugnus is the one with the yellow head, right?
Double dealer.
Yeah,
Repugnus is the one that looks like a insect monster.
Okay, and he's the one that got the
little mini one.
The little headmaster thing that they made before.
Yeah, so they're gonna make a Power of the Primes.
Power of the Primes.
Official better.
So who is he gonna be remolded from?
Probably double dealer or double whatever.
Does the official third-party debate still happen? I feel like I don't see it anymore. Like official, like Hasbro mainline versus third-party. I feel like
somebody posted in Hardcore something about Hasbro figures are shitty. They made a meme or something or something of it and said Hasbro is shitty and third-party is. I think they were trolling and shit and everything. And everybody started fighting back and forth about that. But
I don't think it's third-party official anymore, because I think all of the official collectors that still don't buy third-party buy KOs now. Mm-hmm. So that's now become
the KO
versus
KO.
third-party.
Oh, I gotcha.
But
the same cheap fucks.
I know people can't understand. I mean, I know most people understand this that collect third-party and official and all that stuff. They're totally different on a different level. I mean, it's just. You can't really argue. I mean, you're paying for a premium product on third party.
I agree. It's a false equivalency.
Right. Like I don't when I review Hasbro stuff, I do not put them on the same level as third party because I know it's not going to be as good as third party.
Do you put it on the same? Do you put it on the same level as third party, Matt?
Oh, I do sometimes. I do say third party a lot, but I know the difference. I know that a $20 or $15 figure is not going to be good as a third-party figure. I know that.
And like, I think, like, I feel like anybody who goes into this anymore and doesn't know that is ridiculous. But, like, I think there is still legitimate gripes to be made. Like,
there are some people.
I loved, like, the classic stuff that came out. Like, I thought it was great. And, like, to have that all change like it has to, this hollow plastic and stuff that, like, probably in the grand scheme of thing, like every single toy is saving like 50 cents or whatever, but they're like, oh well, we make 1,000 of them, that's a lot of money, but like you've cheapened out your product, you just don't care, like that's my biggest gripe when I compare third party to mainline. It's not like, I know I only paid $10 for this figure. It's like at $10 I still feel like I'm getting ripped off,
I've said that, when Combiner Wars was, it was they had some decent figures in there. Tide Returns, it was a breath of fresh air, and I loved it. And I was like I was collecting back in 2006, 2007 again. And now this Power of the Prime stuff is they took
powder primes. He calls it powder primes.
The powder primes. They taken 3 steps back, and it's just like I don't know if the different designers or if they're just. I don't know. I really just don't know. I mean, I've been really disappointed with this line so far. And I've questioned. I mean, I picked up Grimlock the other day, and I put it down. I didn't get it. I was like, I don't know if I even want this one.
People love that Grimlock.
I mean, I want to get the Prime, the later
powder one.
Yeah, the Power Prime. And I may get the Rodimus too, but I don't know. I may not get them at all. I don't know. Like I said, I picked up the Grimlock and I was like, God damn, man, that Dynamo. He don't come with a sword or anything. He just comes with no weapon. He comes with the feet, and that's all he comes with. And I was like, $25 for this. I don't know if I really want to pay this when I can get Zeta Toys Aerobots for $60.
I feel like let me paint a picture. Like the day that Matt goes into a Toys R Us and he sees the whole wave of some new Transformers, and he looks at them, he picks them up, and he inspects them, and he puts them back down, and he says to himself, "No, I'm not buying this." I feel like when he walks out of that Toys R Us, this is what you'd hear. Oh fuck! Bear with me for just a second.
I thought that's what you'd hear. Is like God. Oh fuck!
Sun in the sky, you know how I feel.
He would look up at the sky and start raining.
Here it comes.
It's a new dawn. It's a new day.
Putting his hands in his pockets.
Put my head down. Shake my head a couple times. And just
looks over at Lisa.
Today is the day.
You don't think it would be like Bruce? You don't think it would be like a Banner walking down the highway?
Yeah, that would be a good one too. I could see that.
Matt would just start hitchhiking.
I need some third-party Transformers.
Dun, dun,
All right, let's move on to Takara MP-34S Shadow Panther.
I'm excited for this.
Is this a real character?
He was the Japanese. I have the character. I have the.
Was he in the show?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't think he was a Predacon.
No, he wasn't in the show.
No,
they need to relax then.
This wasn't like supposed to be Ravage or whatever. He was something else, right?
No.
Ravage is totally different. Ravage has a feline head, right, even in bot mode,
and talk like a Russian. I remember that.
I thought that I was hoping that they could have easily kind of done the repaint to make it look like Transmetal, like when he first was Transmetal and he was like all wild and he was always in shadows. That would have been cool.
I think that I was thinking about this. Is Sunstreaker the only original G1 mold we got last year? No, Megatron. Sunstreaker and Megatron, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Well, no, I mean, Cheetor.
He was not G1.
I said he
Cheetor's G1.
You need to listen, Robert. I'm going to need you to take it back and listen.
I don't like his silver diaper. It's too
it looks huge.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little too big. That's like when you see a grown man wearing tidy whities.
It's like when you see anybody wearing tidy whities.
Who was wearing tidy whities at TFCon?
Me?
What? It was
someone was rooming at someone. Was it Don?
It wasn't. I can't remember who it was.
Tyler L?
No.
Right? Somebody was wearing.
Oh, I know who it was. It was Ace.
Was Ace wearing them?
It was Ace.
No.
Yes, it was.
He was wearing Fruit of the Looms, man.
Somebody was rooming with Ace, and they said, I couldn't believe he came out in the tidy whities. I was like, it just was jarring.
Well, a lot of people, I don't know, everybody saw this whenever they saw Cheetor. They knew that he was going to be repainted black one. But a lot of people want Tigertron. They think they could do some remold for making Tigertron.
I definitely think that would have been the smartest option, is to just do a remold. But obviously, they just want the money out of
cheaper.
what they spent, you know?
Yeah, this is the straight recolor.
If they do Tigertron, they're not going to sell this then.
Yeah, exactly. The only thing about this that I think is weird is somehow in the silver, like, the face looks really, like, smushed. It looks weird to me.
I like it. I think it looks really good. I'm probably excited. Yo, did y'all see how much fucking Ironhide for the MP Ironhide was? $130. I was like, ooh, I may not even get that now.
What is?
That
the MP Ironhide. The MPM, the movie Ironhide, $130.
Oh.
I was like, fuck. I'm like, ooh.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel.
I'm not interested. I'm just not interested.
Oh,
I
look,
do like
another
this.
Robert comment is the first thing I see when I click on this link. It says, kind of looks like when Cheetor first went transmetal and was all shadowy.
Oh, that's what I just said to you.
Oh, this is a real comment. You fucking suck.
God.
Beast Wars. I take it seriously.
Okay, all right.
Good
I like
figures.
this.
No, because if I said what character is this?
Excuse me one second. If we rebrand our podcast as a Beast Wars podcast, will you take it seriously?
You must get notifications out the ass for all the shit you
He
fucking
does. He
respond
fucking does.
to.
No, I don't. Nobody
have to. You have to.
I hate responding to stuff because I know I'm gonna get fucking tons.
Yeah,
of
I'm like, oh god, the last thing I want is another little red square popping up talking to you fucking imbeciles.
Oh, that hurts my feelings.
Not you, Matt. Just like, if I see something, I'm like, nope. You're not gonna trap me with that again.
You start typing, you're like, fuck, I really want to get all these damn notifications.
No.
Hey, real quick, while we're still talking about this toy, if you go a couple pictures in, what is that on his head?
That's the mask. That's the battle mask.
Did that come with, was that with
the
Cheetor or what was it?
Did he come with Cheetor? No.
Remember, originally the Beast Wars figures had mutant heads?
Yeah, I remember that. So this is just an extra piece to replace the head if you want.
Yeah,
they
probably
would not look like Cheetor. Okay.
I'm sure it probably just glues on or something.
Well, that looks ridiculous, but okay, whatever.
It glues on? Like it comes with super glue?
Hope so.
You glue the face on the face?
I like this. I love the black and the silver and the yellow. Black and yellow, black and yellow.
Damn, this poor guy, he comments on it. He says, what the fuck is that faceplate? I'm so confused. And then a bunch of people try to educate him on it. And then somebody said, try being a fan and you'll know what it is.
No, I'm a better fan than you are.
And then somebody said in all caps, is the original second fake face battle helmet included in Cheetor mode? Like, dude, relax. You need to relax.
Where is that comment?
You know what? You know what I love? So I followed some things, and people do that, try to be a fan. I'm like, well, let me tell you something. As a fan, you're wrong. And then when you point out they're wrong, oh god, it's the best thing in the world. That makes me the happiest person in the world when someone says try being a fan, and you can point out where they're wrong in what they said. I wish it happened more often.
Our buddy old Brian Buck from He Likes the Show. He did a little baby yawning. That's awesome.
Real quick shout out to Miguel P. I don't know him, but I like him already. He said on the picture of the Cheetor cat mode or the black cat, he said, I honestly thought this was a baboon the first time I saw it.
That's fucked up, man.
Oh, it's funny.
Why am I not seeing any of these comments?
They're all the single pictures.
I like it.
Oh, the single pictures, Bubba.
Juan T, who is this character? After somebody's already said it 13,000 times, he's still asking, who is this character?
That's why I wouldn't ask it on an obvious. When the question is that obvious, I won't ask it because, come on.
So I have no idea who this character is.
Come on. Well, we know that, Bobby. You don't like Beast Wars.
Yeah, but I don't like Beast Wars. I don't like Beast Wars, but I know who. I know who Cheetor is.
Hey, we got time. Why don't you tell us why you don't like Beast Wars again?
I know who Rat Trap is.
Rhinox.
Bobby.
Rhinox. I know who Rhinox is.
The Tiger-Zord-looking guy.
The Thundercats.
I just posted, FYI, this comment thread earned the attention and praise of Bobby Bubbaface.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Bubbaface.
All right. So anyway, statue-ish news. Ultimetal Battle Damage Optimus Prime. Now, you know what's interesting to me about this?
I bet you're going to tell us.
I am. I was recently contacted. Oh boy.
Sorry. Go on.
All right. No. You're good. You're good. Okay. I was recently I don't even want to say this shit now. Look. This thing looks great. I think.
Really?
Yeah.
That's it? No, I was recently contacted by
Ultimetal.
I was recently contacted by Action Toys. The people that did this.
Oh, okay.
To look at some of their other products. They're also related to like they have like 3 different brands or whatever. They're doing the GoBots.
Yeah, okay. So make toys.
Well, as far as I knew, the Fans Project,
Mm-hmm.
But it's crazy. It's crazy to me that they like are doing like officially licensed Transformers. Like that is crazy to me.
Oh, yeah, it's very crazy. It's a third party company that I don't know if Hasbro is aware is doing their products. It's just like when you think about it.
This is $1,000. Damn.
The great thing about not being monetized anymore is we can just sing whatever we want.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I was contacted by Fans Toys to look at some of their products.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
I woke up.
Suck it, Bobby.
Ask them if I can get some of that box art, man.
No, it's all from me.
But it is like I think this looks amazing. They definitely didn't offer to send this my way. I can tell you that. But
ask them.
For that shit.
We're
just getting started, so we'll see how this relationship goes.
Send that email, Mac.
What are they sending to you, Turbo?
No, they're sending me. They're making like a larger
penis
box of tissues.
Cycle, I know, Bike Robo.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
So they're sending me that, and then they're sending me like the space shuttle, a couple other ones.
Oh, that's garbage.
I mean, I'm looking forward to checking them out because I thought they were all right, but it is interesting. It's just a lot of that is interesting. Like I don't think like I haven't heard from Make Toys in forever. I don't think they're fucking with me anymore. I don't know.
Are you buying this, Bobby?
No.
What? $1,100?
Yeah, no.
Well,
when I get into the $1,100 stuff,
overtime.
I'm gonna be in the quarter scale statue game.
Oh, well, that's just a couple hours of overtime for you, big man. Come on.
No, that's a lot of overtime for me.
Oh,
$1,000 is a lot of overtime for me.
I'll get some money up. I'll start a Patreon and we'll get you this. Okay.
Why don't you worry about them 1,000 subscribers? You know what I mean?
Ooh, oh, that hurt. Oh. I know I can't be as good as you, Bobby B. But hey,
Matt, you got like 500 subs.
Why don't you worry about being? Why don't you worry about you being a YouTube partner, Matt? Why don't you worry about that?
Worry about your hairline.
I think we should discuss the YouTube thing on the discussion part of the show because I'd be interested to know Matt's thoughts on it.
We're gonna get there.
Yeah, I need to worry about my waistline. Bobby don't worry about that anymore.
No, man, I'm looking good, boy.
Yeah, I saw you on the live stuff. You look pretty hot, man.
No, thanks, buddy. And I was wearing my XL shirt now. What?
I recently scheduled a sit down with a Femto coach, a nutritionist.
Oh, really?
Aren't you getting a little belly lap lap implant?
What's that?
What?
Belly lap?
When they put a rubber band on your stomach.
No.
Oh,
that is.
You mean a lap band? He's gonna.
Every single person I know who's ever done that ends up fat again.
Yeah.
That's because it doesn't control the part that it tells you to like not eat crappy stuff. Like it's I can't eat as much, but I'm just gonna eat crappy stuff all the time.
The people think that okay, so I got part of my stomach cut off, but I'm still gonna eat drink Mountain Dew and eat beef jerky and all that shit.
They're still gonna have.
No, player, you gotta eat better.
They're still gonna die young. I don't care what I look like. I want to live long. I want to be healthy. You can
leave a good looking corpse though.
Mm-hmm.
They can suck the fat out and so much.
Casket's gonna be huge.
What did he say?
My casket's gonna be huge.
Your cast?
Casket.
Okay.
Oh God, the joke's not funny when you have to say it 6 times.
I only did it 3 times, Bubba.
Well, I couldn't
Bobby
hear you
slow face.
Yeah, I couldn't hear it over Robert and you both saying it at the same time at different times.
That's right. My bad. My bad.
Casket.
I'm saying it a casket, because casket. All right, let's move on. Let's move on.
Let me tell you about my nutritionist really quick.
Nobody cares, Robert.
You're such a dick. You know, you and your fucking turkey tacos. We all had to hear about your stupid turkey tacos for 3 years. Fucking turkey tacos. Guess what? He wasn't eating turkey tacos.
How fat is your nutritionist?
He was eating ground turkey with taco mix in it.
That's what
turkey tacos is.
No tacos.
What?
No tacos.
Bobby, check.
Anyway, so the nutritionist, I was filling out a questionnaire, and the questionnaire asked, "Do you have any health issues?" And I said, "Yes, I'm a fat bastard."
Really, that's what you waited for all that time, just to tell them you're a fat.
This is where the story goes.
And she's like, "When do you stop eating at night?" And I said, "I do not stop eating at night."
Mostly when I fall asleep.
I gotta lose some weight. I gotta lose some weight so I can walk around New York with Robert. God damn.
Man, we'll just strap you to a skateboard and I'll pull you around.
Okay, cool. I was gonna rent a little scooter.
Oh my God, you're not gonna get anywhere.
All right, let's move on. So let's get this MP collector. Are we gonna have this YouTube thing as a discussion? What do you guys want to do?
We can do that.
I think the YouTube thing won't be a terribly long discussion.
Okay, let's get at it. So
mostly, I want to know Matt's opinion on it.
Matt, did you get the? All right, so we got. We got the email for Shattercast, right? And I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it out loud. So it said, "Shattercast Uncut. Today we are announcing changes to the YouTube Partner Program. While our goal remains to keep the YouTube Partner Program open to as many channels as possible, we recognize we need more safeguard in place to protect creator revenue across the YouTube ecosystem." What's changing? Under the new eligibility requirements announced today, your YouTube channel, Shattercast Uncut, is no longer eligible for monetization because it doesn't meet the new threshold of 4,000 hours of watch time within the past 12 months and 1,000 subscribers. As a result, your channel will lose access to all monetization tools and features associated with the YouTube Partner Program on February 20th, 2018, unless you surpass this threshold in the next 30 days. Accordingly, this is the funniest part to me. This email serves as a 30-day notice that your YouTube Partner Program terms are terminated.
Get your shit out. Back up and go.
One of YouTube's core values is to provide anyone the opportunity to earn money from a thriving channel.
Except if you don't meet our requirements.
And then in parentheses, your channel would not be in the thriving category. No, it doesn't say that. Creators who haven't yet reached this new threshold can continue to benefit from our Creator Academy, our Help Center, and all the resources on the Creator site to grow their channels. Once your channel reaches the new threshold, it will be reviewed to make sure it adheres to our policies and guidelines, and if so, monetization will be re-enabled. The YouTube team.
And then they fucking use your channel as an example.
So I heard that this is mainly. So recently we've been talking about how like our videos have been getting flagged left and right. I know mine have. I think a few of Matt's have as well. Justin, have you had this problem at all?
Nope.
Okay. So some other friends of mine I know who do stuff have been as well. And I heard in an article that because shit is getting flagged left and right because 1,000 videos are, monitored every second or monetized every second, that they're trying to do this in order to cut back the amount of people that can monetize in order to overlook better. But I'm not sure if that's accurate or not. It's just something that I read.
Maybe they want to only. Maybe they're setting these criteria so that they only have to overlook. To shorten, to lessen the number of videos they need to oversee. So if it's not monetized, it's in a different platform. They have a lesser duty with regard to observing. Maybe they're looking at liability, like if it's monetized, they're paying that. Maybe there's some issue there, like, well, we're paying through AdSense or whatever, and someone got hurt, or it's some horrible speech or whatnot. Maybe they see some liability on their part with monetization.
I think that there's nothing wrong with, because this is the way YouTube used to be. It used to be that you had to reach a certain level before you could partner up.
Mm-hmm.
Might have been that way when Justin started.
Yes, it was.
And I don't think that's necessarily a bad idea.
No, I don't think so at all either. I mean, it's not bad because it keeps people from pushing out crap and like, you know, like making just like I can do something that is questionable and then just go ahead and move to a different channel and whatever, you know, like.
Right.
But at the same time, I think when I joined and, you know, I wasn't able to monetize from the beginning, but like it certainly wasn't 1,000 subscribers and, you know, however many hours of videos. Like I feel like this is an attempt to cut out a lot of people who are putting up your like 10 and 15 second videos with monetized, you know?
Right.
Like, you know, because like how many views does it take on a 15-second video to get 40,000 hours for the year? You know, like
right. And people are just jacking other people's shit and monetizing it.
Well, also, I mean, look, I know you know the ice bucket challenge, right?
Yeah.
You ever hear of the boiling water challenge? That stupid shit that went around on YouTube.
I think so.
And there was a girl in the Bronx. It was in the news.
I remember that one. Yes.
I know that although not me, but lawyers that I know are suing YouTube for that injury that this girl, 14-year-old girl, and I was like, dude, that's a fucking stretch, you know. But they're going after them. So I think it has to do with liability, at least partially. You know, if it's not monetized, no money is earned, maybe they can, you know, further cut ties and separate themselves from being liable. I don't think they. My opinion is I can't see them liable.
Well, I think Greg pointed out this where, you know, a lot of the people that put money into YouTube didn't want to be associated with some of the videos, like, the white nationalist stuff and, you know, just stupid stuff, you know, that was on YouTube. They were backing out of their.
Like, I think that is true, but it's like it's more extreme than that. Like, there's a lot of people that put money into Google that just don't want to have anything to do with guns, period. And like, even if you're like a responsible gun owner, and you know you make a video about your firearm, they're trying to have that shit pulled too, just because
they
just because they're you know posturing for their political prowess.
Mm-hmm. Dude, my video on Gator got fucking flagged or whatever.
Well,
seriously, it's a fucking
political
dog.
Prowess is because gun lobby, not
because PETA.
That's true. I'm beating the dog.
The political prowess is with the gun lobby, not with the opponents. The Second Amendment to the Second Amendment.
No, but they're definitely involved in entertainment.
Yeah. And like, you know, it's a
100%.
tough spot because they're like, well, you know, we'll put our ad here. We want to pay for this, but like, you know, it's like, I mean, like TV, like they have to be careful, you know, where their ads are placed. Like you can't put an ad someplace that, you know, is undesirable to your ad generators that paid for it, you know, like so.
Yeah, they don't want to be associated with that stuff.
And that might be where you see the liability, like with advertising for cigarettes, or advertising for something dangerous. That's why they could be liable.
I also think that it would be nice to like get some of these people out of here that are just full of shit, you know, and just in it for the money.
Now, that's what I was going to fix to say. That's what I was fixing to say because I got the email, you know, and I was kind of sad. I was. I know. And I was kind of sad, you know. I was bummed a little bit, you know, but you know, I understand it. I don't do this. I know I'm not getting any money for it. I do it just because I love doing it, right. and you know, and I'm going to keep on doing it, and hopefully I'll get over that 1,000 subs. If I don't, you know, so be it. I'm still going to do it. I like having fun. Until I don't have fun anymore, then I just won't do it anymore. So I'm not in it for the money. I know I'm not going to get paid. I'm just doing it because I like to do it. I like to share my opinion, and I'm glad, you know, if I can make somebody laugh, which I do a lot of times. I'm happy. You know, that makes my day. Sometimes. Fuck you, Bobby. And then, but you know, I just, you know, I think it's going to show it's going to show people that are really in for it for the fun of it, and then you know they're gonna see a lot of people drop out because they're not going to get paid for it. So it's gonna weed out the fake people.
And I'll be honest, like I'm gonna let Justin. I'm gonna pass it right off to you.
Sure.
But I like if there was no financial gain on my end, I wouldn't be reviewing all the shit I review. You know, like it's definitely like it is like a bit of a job. You know, like I invest a lot of time, energy, and effort into what I do, and there is a payback for it. And if I didn't get that payback, like I definitely would. No. Relax. What I'm saying is that like I'm not gonna spend if you think about the amount of money that I spend just shipping shit back to people, that let me take a look at stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I definitely wouldn't be going through that if there was no financial gain on my end. That's not a good give and take relationship. You know, so like I would still review the stuff that I got that came in, because why not? But I mean, I treat this shit a lot like a job, like a side job, and I wouldn't treat it that way. I wouldn't treat it that way if it wasn't getting compensated.
How many hours? How many hours a month? Oh, sorry, go on, Justin.
All I was gonna say is, like, you know, like, I do enjoy doing the review, but like, there's a large part of my urge to do the review is like I've seen my income from YouTube decline over the years, like, drastically. You know, like, it has happened. And a large part of my urge to keep going, like I enjoy it and I enjoy the interactions, but like, honestly, like, if the monetary part drops out for me, like, I probably am done doing the reviews, because like, sometimes it's already hard to justify the effort that has to go in versus, you know, what I'm getting out of it. You know, like, I can enjoy talking to my friends that I've made from YouTube in other ways now, you know? So, yeah, if the money's gone for me, then like, I'm gone, I think. So,
I'll watch all your stuff, Justin.
What were you saying, Robert?
Well, one thing I wanted to say first was, I think this is going to actually be liberating for Matthew Dale Deluxe Baldwin, because now he is going.
Dale. Get the fuck out of here.
I love that name. I think Matt is now going to be the reviewer, or the YouTube personality we know him that he could be. Because he's not going to care anymore. It doesn't have to be Transformers. Look, he started fucking putting up videos of his pug. You know what I mean? Matt's going to get more subs than everyone I know put together. Watch. Just because he's not like trying to fit some mold. That's one thing. And the other thing I was going to ask was, Bobby, how many hours do you spend a month total to get your reviews out?
Oh my God.
Yes.
That'll be a lot.
I have no fucking idea. Dude, today, let's do today.
Okay, today.
So I spent from 9 to 11:30 this morning.
2.5 hours.
And then, let's see, 3 o'clock to, no, couldn't have been 3 o'clock.
What time did the baby go?
Yeah, let's say 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock.
So 5.5 hours a day. And how many days a week would you say?
That's a heavy day. That's a heavy day for me.
Okay, so but how many days a week do you work on your reviews?
Usually 2 to 3.
So let's say,
in terms of, and that's what, to be fair, that's in terms of creating content. Then almost every other day I'm answering comments and shit like that. So
we're talking total.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I mean,
let's say 9 hours on average a week just creating content. Let's say another 2 hours a week replying to comments and stuff. So 11 hours a week, right? Okay. So let's say it's about 30 hours a month just to create your content and do everything you need to do.
It's far more than that.
So 60 hours a month?
Oh, dude, like, I don't know, man. I would say, yeah, I would say that's closer.
So let's say it's about 20 hours a week, about 80 hours a month. 20 hours a week you're spending on average, soup to nuts.
Okay.
Do you mind sharing your monthly AdSense revenue ballpark on average?
On average, $325.
So say it's about 300, right? Divided by 4. What is that?
You're making like $2 an hour, dude.
So what is that? $75 a week?
Yeah.
About $75 a week for 20 hours of work.
Yeah.
That's, you know, you're not really doing it for the money.
No, I'm not.
What will be the final straw for you to quit, Bobby?
It offsets it, though, right? It offsets because you spend probably $50 a week returning toys.
No, it's probably on average probably $20 a week.
So you're netting like $50 a week, $200 a month. You're netting for
a shitload of hours,
60 to 80 hours of work a month.
Yep.
When you see yourself quitting, Bobby?
For an $80 work week, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's disproportionate, to say the least.
I think if AdSense went away for you, you know, if it did, we know it's not, but if it did, it would free you up too. You wouldn't be so beholden to having to do Transformers and fucking Marvel Legends and all that stuff. You know,
I mean, I'm not necessarily beholden to that now. It's just that, like, the problem is that the stuff that's not review based, it takes up a lot more time. Like the Sit Down Saturday stuff takes a lot more time. The Cribs videos, like Joe's Crib video probably took 9 hours.
Damn.
Between shooting, editing, all that. Like it's labor intensive.
But does it make you feel good when you see stuff like that? You know, when you get done, like, man, I actually did that. You know, because I love when I watch my videos. I love watching because I think it's pretty cool that I did that.
Yeah, but all I think is you have your audience already. You know, and I think it could free you to say, fuck it, I'm just going to be me for my audience, and you too might see yourself explode. You know, I
think that the only thing that I really look at that I'm proud of in that way, Matt, like that, like what I did is the music video stuff.
Okay.
Just
because you put a lot of work in. You know,
yeah, I put a lot of work into that. So like. That's something where I look at and I'm like, damn, like you did this. Like for better or worse, you did this. Like if I could go back and do this one different, I would do this one different or that one different. But
I'm not saying you don't feel good about your other videos, but I think you should feel good for everything you put out.
I never put out anything that I'm like, oh my God, you fucking fucked this one up. You know, like.
Right. Well, I say that all the time, but I'm still proud of myself.
Have you seen Matt's new format, Bobby?
No, I haven't had a chance to yet.
That's fucked up, Matt.
Dude, you think I got all the time in the world? Like the way that you the way you text me, the way you talk about my time, the way you call, like you think I got all the time in the world. You really do.
Whenever I call you, you're always laying in the bed with the dog next to you.
Oh, you're so full of shit.
All I have to say is you need to watch Matt. Which one was it? The first one that you did? What did you review? Was it Starscream? No.
Yeah, it was the pooper Starscream.
Watch his Starscream review and look at his T-shirt. You would swear to God he stole my shirt.
It's got a big collar. It's a
neck shred.
White shirt that I sleep in, and I don't care.
It looks like you do more than sleep in that shirt, Matt. It looks like you put that on feet first through the neck.
Probably, and I probably banged a couple times in it too. So.
But I tell you, I don't understand the AdSense shit because like my videos are performing much better than they were a year ago, but the money is not much better. You know, like it's like $100 more than I was making probably a year ago, but maybe 100, maybe it is closer to 150. But like I feel like my views have like tripled, you know, on average.
Yeah, it's not proportionate to what you've got going on before.
You know, YouTube's making a killing on this fucking shit.
This is a ripe opportunity for somebody to start a new type of YouTube channel with a new type of AdSense sharing kind of thing. You know, where it's more of like a cooperative.
I wonder why nobody's.
It's more cooperative, where it's like people are just sharing the revenue. You know, and it would undermine YouTube right now, and everybody would just swarm over to them. I don't care about fucking YouTube. I care about the person I want to watch. So if it's on YouTube or if it's on YouWatch, I'm gonna go to YouWatch. You know.
Do you think within 5 years
it'll have YouWatch is a cooperative reviewer-based ad-sharing company? You know,
right?
Bobby's like, shut up.
No. Because I mean, like, there's nothing. If something else started popping off, I would just upload 2 videos. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would upload the same video twice.
Do you think something's going to be like that within 5 years? Do you think there's going to be something that's
like where do you see video streaming in 5 years? Is that what you're asking?
Exactly, Bobby.
Dude, I think, man, keep your eye on this shit. Like, I think they're all positioning themselves to not pay anybody.
Yep. Yeah. Only I feel like they're going to get to the point that the only people who are going to get paid are the ones who are getting full
10
watches.
Million subs.
Yeah, with like millions of subs and stuff like that.
Slubs.
Yeah. So no, but I think that's what's going to happen.
Slubs.
No, I understand. I agree with you too, Justin. I think
their money must be down. Even the millions of slubs, their money must be down.
No, I mean most of them have said as such.
So,
yeah.
Like they're fucking over the hand. They're biting the hand that feeds them.
Yeah, but that's an American tradition, man. Look how we've done musicians. You know, like look at the way that we treat creators.
Yeah, but exactly. But then that gave birth to the independent label.
Yeah, where's the independent label now?
He's making Transformers reviews and getting free toys for it.
Like the independent people throw that word independent around. There's very few true successful independent artists.
I would say Napster killed
the music industry.
I think so.
Like if you look at like streaming, I just read recently, like if an album has to get streamed 100 times for the artist to make a buck.
That's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
They get a penny a stream.
Yeah.
You know, used to. I mean, but from the '80s, from the mid 2000s, you saw all these, like boy bands, like fucking NSYNC, all that. They were selling $100 million, 100 million records and all that shit and everything.
No, they weren't selling 100 million records, but go ahead.
They were selling a lot. Million. I did. I bought one.
Bought 100 million.
But now, like I said, they're, like Napster came along and it just totally wrecked that shit up, man. People.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, like it's just like so. I listened to a lot of stuff about this, but somebody made a good point. They were like, "Look, man, like if you can get it for free, you gotta like look at what Trent Reznor did. He ended up just giving away an album for free. All you had to do was be a part of his email list, and he emailed you his album. And the idea was
because they don't make their money selling albums.
Well, that's not where they make most of their money, correct? But like his thought was, look, I'm sending this to you on the arm on good faith. Please support me when I put out my next project. And
that was cool.
Buy a concert ticket.
Buy a concert ticket.
Buy a T-shirt or something.
But I mean, the 360 deal now, labels getting a piece of that too. So it's all fucked up.
All I know is YouTube's biting the hand that feeds them, and they don't have a patent on what they do. So anyone can come up with another type of platform that's like that, and go back to the old school, take the content away from YouTube.
Right. But who's to say they're not going to end up like that YouTube did right now?
Once they make $1 billion, they will, and then someone else will come and undercut them. Yeah. Let's go.
Okay.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
MP Collector question of the week. Dear Shattercast crew, reflecting on my collecting habits in 2017, I realized this was the first year where oh my God.
It kind of rhymed at first.
Reflecting
on collecting of 2017. I noticed my collection wasn't looking so clean.
That was the one we had.
I bent over to the side and I felt a pain inside my spleen. All right, go on.
All right. Dear Shattercast crew, following up on Bobby's recent discussion regarding life after G1, I was wondering if there were any specific franchises or toy lines you would love some of these third parties to tackle in a post-G1 world. Somewhere down the road. I am asking the question for guys like me that aren't all that interested in the collection of third-party Beast Wars or Bay figures. I would rather some of these companies redirect their efforts to other franchises like Voltron or Thundercats. Could you imagine if Fans Toys gave us a set of mask vehicles?
Oh, God, yeah.
What do you guys think? Once all the G1 is behind us, would you rather these third-party companies turn their attentions elsewhere, or would you want them to continue developing other generations of Transformers? I'll go first. I think that I would love Mask, but like the problem with Mask is, like I think in today's world, I'm not sure if there's a place for a figure that small. I think that most toy companies would want to go with at minimum a 3 3/4 inch figure for the main figure.
They can make them bigger.
But
but when you think of Mask, do you think about the figures or do you think about the vehicles?
But then the vehicles get too big, is my point. The vehicles get too big for the 3 3/4. I mean, like you can still do it. I mean, G.I. Joe did it. We got an aircraft carrier, like it's still possible, but then shit, I just don't know. I don't know how that would work today. I'd be up for it. And the only other thing I can think of that's like that would work would be if somebody took a stab at 6-inch GI Joe figures. Like I think like if they did it on like a Figuarts level, or even like a NECA level or a Storm Collectibles level or something like that, like a third-party GI Joe 6-inch line, I think that would be successful. But you can't go at much else. Like he mentioned Voltron. Like there's no market for that shit.
It's just the 5 cats.
I mean, but not only that, but I mean,
you can recolor it.
When good unofficial Voltron shit comes out, Voltron just scoops them up and puts their fucking brand on it. You know, like
you tease a fucking silhouette for a goddamn castle mouse.
You know, like Voltron plays that shit pretty well. Thundercats has a market. I don't know what Mattel is like, but I think that you got to go like DC. There's no market for DC. There's no market for Marvel. There's no market for Star Wars because they produce items already. You know, so I think you have to go with like Hasbro owned properties, and then you end up at Mask or fucking GI Joe or maybe Visionaries or shit like that.
Visionaries.
Anybody else?
The other thing that I feel like is a lot of these properties, like GI Joe being the exception because it's kind of like a dying, you know, IP. But like when you look at like Star Wars and stuff, like what's the point of a third party Star Wars when there's so much official that's released? Like third party here for Transformers came, you know, like birthed out of like, well, we're never gonna get this character, so boom, here it is. You know, like so I mean, like I guess if you had a third party company for Star Wars that's making just all the weird background characters that, you know, you may see in this scene or something like that.
That's true.
Like,
that's true.
Yeah. But
I don't know. I don't know if Disney is gonna have that shit though. That's one.
I'm sure that the mouse will come down hard on that. But you know, the point is like that's
nice.
That sounded dirty.
Yeah, I know. But that's like the only thing you can do. Like for, I mean, like I guess you could do Mask, but like, you know, what else? Third party like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff. Like I don't know. Like they put out
E-Man?
They put out relevant things quick enough. I guess you could do third party Turtles. Maybe.
You could do like third party has put out like the Shredder and the Krang, so I guess that would work. You know.
I like He-Man.
I mean, I think ultimately, like for me to directly answer MP Collector's question, like when G1 is quote unquote done, which I don't know when that comes because like anything could be kind of redesigned a little bit more or whatever, and you know who knows when that day actually hits. But I mean, I personally would want them to just stick with, you know, Transformers related things, and there's other sagas related to Transformers that I like, you know, like the Prime stuff's good, the animated stuff's good, you know, like there's room to do things, but like to go on to something else, like I don't know, I don't think it'll necessarily have the market that Transformers has, given, you know, what else is being produced.
If they gave me, you know, now that you say Turtles, if they gave me all the background Turtle figures, I would scoot those up. But, you know, I don't know if a lot of those brands can support it. Because while you were talking, I was even thinking to myself, I was like, man, what if they did like 6-inch Silverhawks? Mm-hmm. And I was like, that would be cool. But at the same time, Silverhawks, like, that shit went away for a reason.
Right,
Captain
exactly.
Caveman.
Like the only thing, like in that whole, like rambling is like, the Turtles to me is the only thing that I think I could be even marginally interested in. Like, okay, so someone's gonna give me a Figuarts Metalhead, like a Figuarts style Metalhead, like I'm in. You know, like someone's
because their background characters are somehow more important.
Yeah. And I think it's because, you know, at that time, like, you know, like that's the thing. You got the 4 Turtles, and then you got like all these interesting, colorful characters. Because the 4 Turtles were just 4 of the same thing, basically, you know.
Right.
So
I mean, they could. I feel like they could touch. They don't have to go so deep. You know, they can kind of just stick the tip into certain subjects.
Like what?
Like, you know, Transformers is deep. You know,
they'll never run out of material for Transformers.
Transformers is a balls deep kind of topic, but that doesn't mean that, you know, fans, toys, whatever. Some company couldn't tackle other subject matter like Battlestar Galactica. You know,
or put a tip in it.
Star Trek, like they could touch on them and release things. It doesn't have to be every single thing ever made. So they could have a series being released. This is the Battlestar Galactica series this year, 2020. And they'll have some ships and some Cylons and some of the main characters and stuff, or probably a few years of a project, stuff like that. I mean,
call it Squirmish Sun.
What?
Instead of Battlestar.
Squirmish Sun.
I wish they
could... Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, look, but I honestly kind of touches on the whole question of, well, if, once G1 is done, where do you see yourself? It's kind of like what I ask myself, like, what do I hope they're doing? Because I need to stay in the game. I don't need to stay in some collecting game. I don't have to keep collecting things.
Right. True, you're a grown-ass man.
I don't necessarily give a fuck.
What do you have, Matt?
I would love for a third party to tackle a mask. I just wish they would do like a couple years ago, Toys R Us reissued the G1 Transformers.
Yeah, I wish they would. I'm with you there. I'm with you there.
I'd be on that. Like fucking shit on.
I would replace all my original shit.
Shit on rice.
Yeah.
Matt just said I would be on that like shit on rice.
Me and you be on a mask podcast then. We'd just be.
I am never eating rice in your house.
Yeah, I would get rid of all that stuff because, it's all beat up and shit doesn't work. The missiles don't fire. Whatever. Yeah. I would swap them all out.
Stickers are, falling off and shit.
Shit in my rice.
But I hope a third party Battle Beast. I used to love Battle Beast. I don't know if you could really do a third party. They're really easy to do, but yeah, whatever.
This is from Chris Parker, and shout out to him. We were really late with this. Well, I got you all here. I don't have Greg, so I'll discuss it when we got Greg. He says, I know a lot of times y'all said that y'all will buy third-party Transformers as stand-ins until Takara releases the one you want, or that Takara is the benchmark for Masterpiece. Do you think that is third-party company will replace Takara as the Masterpiece standard? I think it depends. I think it depends on who you ask. I mean, Takara, I don't buy third party as stand-ins. I don't buy anything as a stand-in, not anymore. There was a time when I did, but I don't anymore. I try to buy what I perceive to be, the last purchase, and to me, Fans Toys is the standard at the moment for me.
And to piggyback off that, like a lot of times when you buy stuff, like you don't really know it's a stand-in necessarily. Right. It's like, if looking at some of this stuff like Sun Surge, like he's fine. I didn't love him, but like I didn't buy him being like, well, I know he's coming from Takara. Like I was like he's pretty good.
Right.
And then like one came like, oh well, he turned out to be just a stand-in. And like the Fans Toy stuff, like at this point in time, like I think like the Springer and the Cup, like they're amazing, but that's not to say that like Takara doesn't come out with one 3 years from now that like looks better, transforms better, and all that stuff, and then that one turned out to be a stand-in, So, yeah.
Well, you just don't know. I mean, because like I said, like say take Make Toys Jazz, you just don't know you just don't know if a Jazz is going to be made. So if, like I said, if another Jazz is not made, I'm happy with my Jazz. Or my Hound, or Cup, now if Takara does eventually make something like that, I probably will trade it for the Takara one, but I don't know for sure if they're going to be made or not.
Look, I think you don't necessarily buy something saying this is a stand-in. There are certain things.
Yeah, that's what everybody's saying.
Right, but there's certain things that are like Ace Toys. Right?
Exactly.
You're like, okay, this is a piece of shit, and I'm buying it anyway because I want a cliff jumper for now. Even I would say, look, I gotta say it, the MMC cliff jumper looks good, but I'm sure Takara could do a much better job. So that is, I'm buying it as a stand-in. I know that I am. But otherwise, when you see a figure and you're like, ooh, okay, that is, let's say before Mega came out, that's a Mega Supreme. I don't know if Takara is ever going to do one. So, I'm going to buy it. You're not necessarily buying it to say, like, I'm getting it for now, but you have to ask yourself, does this meet my standards? And that can go across the board when it comes to your purchases. You can ask yourself, does this meet my standards? And if it doesn't, and you still feel that tug, that's just your plastic crack addiction talking.
Yeah.
Really, that's what it is. And you got to resist that urge to just buy it because it's the next thing out. You know, and then you have some things that come out that seem innovative, and then a few years later, another company comes out with another version of that character, and then that became a stand-in retroactively. But that's just because it is now like just the engineering has evolved. You know.
Our next question is from Jay, and he says, do you think MMC has it in them to deliver a better quality Ocular Max product? How do you think they can turn things around with the Ocular Max line that seems to still be degrading in terms of quality and engineering QC? How does a company with such a good rep for their main line have so many issues with their other line? Go ahead, Robert. You can take it first because I know you're passionate about such things.
I'm disappointed. You know, I mean, I know I've given my 2 cents to, you know, people that have the ear of them, and it's been just like, no, this is what the boss wants, and this is what he's doing. So you kind of feel like, really? Like, because this kind of seems like objectively reasonable, you know? Like, this isn't just some weird-ass opinion I have.
Right.
It's like, why isn't he listening? You know? And the guy has... So once you have someone who is very autocratic, it's like, hey, listen, man, if you steer off the right path, you're lost. So I actually, unfortunately, look, I love what they've done so far, and you know, for the most part. But in terms of the Perfection series, I really hope the Rumble and Frenzy, you know, aren't like Omni. It's said Omni. I was expecting so much with that guy, and you know, it was disappointing. I got it, and they were very defensive about it. Just, you know, publicly, just people I saw statements here and there made by them, like, we stand by our product, we really love our product, put a lot of work into it, we have faith in it, we love the engineering and stuff. But it's like, hey, but you know that chest feels fucking like squishy, like a, you know, clamshell plastic. Like, what?
Well,
you know,
I'm sorry, just to interject real quick. It kind of reminds me when, like, you're into a musician and they're like, you know, I really made this album for myself. And it's like, well, then put your fucking headphones on and keep that shit to yourself.
Yeah, like, when it's one thing to be like, listen, we're not going to listen to all the different fans telling us to elongate this part of the crest and paint his shoulders this color. But it's another thing to not listen at all to the chatter and to disregard. You're going to go astray. And it just seems like that's what they're doing. And it's troubling to me because the potential was there to be really great, you know? So, I mean, like, look, the fact is you're only as good as your last release. What have you done for me lately? The last thing I had was Omni, and it was a letdown. And he wasn't fucking tomato sauce resistant, I'll tell you that. My toys need to be resistant to all things tomato sauce.
I don't know. I don't think, like, I personally don't think it would be hard for them to turn their reputation around with that. I don't know personally how they have such a good reputation with their reformatted line. I think that people should be seeing through a lot of the bullshit decisions that they make regarding that line. But I think that the Ocular Max line could be turned around in a year, no problem, if they just put forth that fucking effort and love that they put forth with Mirage. We haven't seen it since, in my opinion.
Backdraft.
And I'm looking forward to their Rumble and Frenzy. Like, I got a good feeling about them, but, you know, we'll see. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Robert, because you like to throw in Backdraft. Like, I think Backdraft was well engineered and stuff, but I don't think that he got the same love that Mirage got. You know, like, I think it's a good toy. I have their Grapple versus the official one. But, like, the thing about it is like, I feel like that line it has a lot of things that don't tab in right, or, you know, parts just are easily broken, like with their Trailbreaker and Hoist. Like those panels that slide out just don't work on mine. On the convention one, like, it broke. Like, the panel flipped right off of pulled right off of its slider, and, you know, like, it's a material thing there. Like you didn't have the same quality that you had in your Mirage. So
Right.
I mean,
I think Backdraft is on par with Mirage. I mean, in my opinion, is those two are on par. But and then you have the like the opinions of I'm sure you have that opinion that you think Trailbreaker is a step down in terms of the finish. But the original Trailbreaker, not the convention exclusive, though. You're talking about from the experience of having breaking the convention.
Oh, the convention one was the worst. It was by far worse than the other ones. But like, I mean, even my Trailbreaker had some weird issues with it. Like, and I don't agree. Like, I know I messed with your Backdraft, and like, if you can get that thing into a unpanely, like untabbed fire truck, like, then more power to you. Because like, there's no way you can get it back in the fire truck mode with all the panels tabbing in. It just doesn't happen. And like that type of stuff could have been addressed. I don't know exactly how, but it could have been done. And that's not a knock on the designer. I think the design's fine. I just think that certain things needed to be tightened up, and maybe they didn't do another once over on that like they did with their Mirage. And I think that their Ocular Max stuff, I think it's better than the reformatted stuff. Like the reformatted stuff just feels like bulky, dense plastic and stuff to me now. Like, I don't know, and like half of it is just shapes to me. Like, I feel it's way more impressive to have real type of alt modes. So like Ocular Max to me is better, but it needs some better quality control.
And the Ocular Max gives you the character you want first instead of the repaint first. And they don't necessarily repaint everything 1,000 goddamn times.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got a few different invisible versions of Sphinx.
That's true. That's true. And you got tons of it with the second one, the
Trailbreaker.
No, the Backdraft. You got like they even go.
You got
fund
3 versions of Backdraft. You got
you got 4 versions of Backdraft.
4?
Yep. You got a green one, a yellow one, a red one, and the GoFund one.
And you got 4 of the Trailbreaker.
You got 4 of the Trailbreaker. You got the white one, the yellow one, the black one, and the green one.
But at least it looks like Trailbreaker. It's not some weird middle mishmash. Right? Everybody's copying me.
So this next question is from Jeff Cleveland. He says, "Dear SCU, since the well is drying up, where do you see your own collection in the next few years? What will your focus be? Will it still be TFs or something similar? When MP Megatron came, Apollyon was replaced. When Sunstreaker came, Sunsurge was replaced. How many Devastators came before Constructor? Yet Toy World is the one to have. Also, I never liked Head Target Power Masters that much, but I can't help loving their updated form. I didn't know I really wanted them until this past Black Friday when I bought Point Blank and Werewolf." Yeah, I mean, I already collect a fuck ton of other lines, so I don't necessarily need anything else. I'll just continue on with the other shit. But in terms
Give
of
me more Praetorian Guards.
Yeah, dude, I got another one too. I gotta find a worthy Transformer. I gotta find a worthy Transformer video to throw it into. But yes, the swap outs are a real thing. But for me, for me, the swap outs are becoming few and far between. Like, I looked at my Transformer collection recently, and I'm like, which one of these would I really want to swap out? And it's very few. It's very few. Like Bad Cube's Warpath is a standout. But that was like the one like glaring one. The Decepticon tapes and the Autobot tapes easily swapped out. But there's not many. For me, I'm good. Anybody else?
For me, like, I mean, I have a couple things that I collect, not that much. If Transformers goes away, like, that's fine. I don't care. I'll save more money and I'll collect vacation time and trips around the world, you know?
Oh, yeah, Transformers stopping you from going around the world.
Matt, you know what third-party
I'm kidding.
cost?
Calm
like,
down
I mean,
there.
like, come on. Like, a good vacation. I definitely spend enough money on this hobby that I could be taking a good vacation every year. So
To Arkansas?
I could do that. That's a cheap vacation, I'm sure. So.
It is. Yeah, because you have a place. You have a place to stay here.
Not a knock on it. It's that the flight wouldn't be that expensive, and I could stay at Matt's. So.
It's a cheap vacation, I'm sure.
You're an even cheaper vacation, Robert, because I just gotta get in the car and drive. So.
You're always welcome.
I know. But no, like I would continue collecting like the couple things I collect, and like I'd be good. You know, like I don't really care. As for like the swap outs and stuff, like I'm with Bobby. Like there's frequently less things to swap out. That doesn't mean they don't come up. You know, like I think Sun Surge is an obvious swap out for Sunstreaker to me, like, 'cause it just never really sat 100% right with me. But it's like, you know, if somebody comes along with something that's a little bit better looking than Sunstreaker, like, I don't necessarily feel that way. So, anything in my collection probably at some point could be swapped out, but there's some things I just can't see that happening. So, regardless of how good the next version is. So...
I'm trying to think of that. I would swap out my Seekers, apparently.
Again?
Well, that was Bobby's fault that I'm swapping out my Seekers.
Yeah, I apologize. Sure. And I would swap out my...
He's like, no, it's good. And then he's like, it's not good. I'm like, I know, but you were the only person who kept me okay with these things.
You should just wait for Fans Toys, man. Don't even bother.
My Ironhide. I would swap out Ironhide in a minute.
Well, I can tell you with the Fans Toys teasing the cone heads, there is a good possibility I will wait. So.
I can't wait. They're gonna do it right, like before Thundercracker.
They're gonna wait until
like they're gonna wait until you're like two Seekers in, and then they're gonna drop a Seeker.
I would I'm not even sure at this point if I would swap out my Hot Rod for the Fans Toys one. Yeah, because I just like I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. And the longer it takes, the less of a shit I give.
Mm-hmm. Man, my collection's gonna look so glorious for a long time.
What is?
My collection. It was so glorious. Go fuck yourself. Hard and raw.
Like,
you know what? With every Fans Toy, that Fans Toys Omega, I want you to turn it sideways and shove that bitch right up your ass.
Regular ways isn't bad enough.
How about that guy on Facebook? See him? He had the Detox, and he's like, "What should I put on top of my Detox?"
I'm like, "What should you put in them?"
He posted it in like 20 groups, and then if you look on the top right, he's got his Omega with no wings, like fucking twisted, all sideways, then smashed in half with the Detox. And I was like, "Just fucking go, just shut up."
Jump off.
I told him to put bowling balls on top of his Detox.
My collection is fucking glorious. I don't care what anybody says. I love it.
Oh God,
I'll swap it for Takara anytime.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Like, I was good with Sun Surge.
Oh, we know. Said it several times. We know.
And I'll tell you, like, I have swapped him out, and I had the exact reaction I thought I would have. Like,
me?
There he is. There he is.
He's up there. That way at all. As soon as I put that Sunstreaker up, I was like, there he is. There is the Sunstreaker that I needed.
You know,
I think I'll feel that way with Warpath. You know, because it's such a fucking different design.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but it's just like, you know, I don't like. So to me, the biggest improvement with Sunstreaker are the feet, right? And I don't really see them.
The feet and the abs. That's the improvement for me.
The head.
Who would you want to make a Warpath?
Fans Toys.
Other than Fans Toys, so they're not really doing many.
Takara.
Transbots.
Yeah.
Takara would be my second choice. X Transbots might fucking be my
cube.
It's X Transbots or Keith might be my third choice.
I think X Transbots could make a good
Make Toys. I would take a Make Toys Warpath.
No, you wouldn't.
We could get one if Fans Toys would announce it. Ooh.
What about before and after?
That's gonna be open play.
Oh, then you'll be getting one, Bobby.
Dude, I'm telling you now. Regardless of what you get me,
I want to know.
I will never review another open play toy.
That's okay.
Just so you know. So if you buy it, just know it's not getting reviewed.
He might even gift it away.
We can't re-gift them, though.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I already did.
I know you did.
Yeah.
That's horrible. Shame on you.
I didn't even put it in a box. I just wrapping paper around it and duct taped it down.
That's how it was given to you.
Duct tape that shit down.
You know what? It was purchased with no wrapping paper. It was thrown at me with nothing.
It just came in a bag.
Bobby came to that Christmas party and was like, I know what that is, I bet.
No, they just handed it to me with no hip skirts. I had to ask for a bag.
They're like, here you go.
Do you have a Walmart bag for this or something?
They're like, paper or plastic?
Yeah. All right, and I think we'll save the rest of these questions for another time. Where are we at time-wise, Justin?
They're kind of new.
You know what? I thought I owe you for regifting that present.
Nobody can hear you, Robert.
Robert,
sorry.
Do you know what I owe you for that regift?
What?
I'm going to leave a boiled egg somewhere in your basement.
Ooh. There's so many places, too. So many. Hey, put it in the tub because he never fucking checks that place.
As for the time,
it smelled the same.
As for the time, we're at like around 2 hours, pretty close.
All right, I think that'll do it.
We need a bunch of people to be listening to this and subscribing to this. Like, please listen to the whole thing. We need 4,000 hours to get like a penny anymore. So if you want to play a playlist and just keep it going, that'd be appreciated. But get 100 of your friends to sub to us.
But yeah, we really do need the subscribers. So does Rumble Collectors, and I don't know who else. I would imagine some of the other ones on the network.
1 in 4 of you just make a fake fucking account.
Right, and just let it go ahead and play through a playlist of all our episodes constantly.
You don't even have to. Just sub. We got the hours.
Sub. Just sub.
Subway. Good day. Good night, folks.
I'm trying to think. Wait. Is there anything else I need to say, Matthew? This is my hosting moment, man.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Go check out my channel because I don't do
that. Matt.
No, I do that. I'm the one that does that. Yeah,
you do that.
Well, excuse me for fucking using the platform once in a while.
It's fine. It's fine, but don't.
No, I don't think it's fine. I don't think it's fine.
Don't make it seem like I'm the one that does it.
I don't think it's fine in your voice. I really think you get mad when I do that.
I do not give a shit.
I know, because you don't watch my review, so I know you don't give a shit.
I don't watch every single one, Matthew, but I do watch them.
What's the last Deluxe Baldwin review you watched?
Sunstreaker.
That was like.
God damn, I've made 15 since that.
I understand, but I'm being honest. I've watched the Sunstreaker one to hear you say
Robert.
Licenses, like they couldn't get the licenses.
Fuck you, Robert.
Bobby said ballpoint like 2 reviews ago instead of ball joint. He was like ballpoint.
Hey, Robert, I'm not Pinkerton, so I don't I don't have that in thing with Bobby anymore. So
you got to move to the hood, man. You got
Pinkerton fucking selling his fucking Devastator. I guess you had a little say in that, didn't you? You didn't know that?
No, I know.
Oh, I know you know because you pushed it. Yeah.
I'm just happy to see it go.
Which Devastator?
Yeah. Oh, the fucking like the C-Dub.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Even with the broke fingers, he's trying to sell that shit.
Trashatron.
He has that?
Yeah, I know.
I've got the Japanese version that I've been trying to get rid of. Nobody.
He collects Hot Toys?
Okay. I finally sold mine. I got a 150 for mine, I think. So it's pretty good.
Why would he? Does he have the Toy World?
No.
Mm-mm.
Oh, he's screwed. Yellow Toy World, here we come.
I
think Dust got the last green one on the planet. So
yeah, he had that shit in bot mode when I was over there.
I paid him.
Yeah. He said he's gonna put the Voltron together, and I think Brigham's like, "Why don't you put that fucking Debbie together?"
Yeah, I mean the Debbie is fucking great.
Yeah, it is. I love it.
Dude, the fucking Unique Toys Onslaught and the Zeta Toys Onslaught like getting close.
I think they showed the picture for UT. I don't think they've showed Zeta yet.
Yeah, they did.
Oh,
I got Firefight coming.
Oh, did you order it? Good. I'm gonna order the black one probably.
eBay. It's sold out already. The pre-orders are all sold out.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm sorry.
I went on eBay. Got them on eBay. Just I don't even know what I paid. Just click
for Fireflight.
Yup. Looks good, man. That guy's got a chode.
What's the black? Who's the black?
That dude's got a chode on his back.
I'm putting that motherfucker right in the arm mode. Ba-doop.
Those alt modes. I'm in alt mode. I mean, those alt modes are beautiful.
Dude, everything about those things is fucking good. People talk a lot of shit, but
except the bot modes.
The bot modes.
No, the bot modes are good.
The bot modes.
Combaticons?
Bot modes don't feel.
No, not Combaticons. The aerial bots.
It's the chests. They're just like not like I was explaining the Met. They're not cheap. I think it's because they're not like solid and they're not like bits of solid things that have come together. Instead, the chests are more like kind of like shells. And I think that's really what it is. I'm fine with it because the alt mode's great because they collapse. The arms collapse into the chest, and I think that's why it feels solid at that point. You know, and the arm mode feels fucking great. I'm all in. You know, I gave Bobby the idea for Fans Toys bot modes.
No, you didn't. All right, let's wrap it up. Good night, folks.
Good night.
Shardouts to Courthouse Network, ROC, Anti-Around, Toy Detox, Plastic Fanatics, Spirit Vultures, Nerve Rage Radio, Wigs.
And my personal favorite, the well-established Gentleman's Show, Stasis Lock.
At Real Robot, at Fear Corpse.
I am Ratchet.
Third Party TF Crashers, and Open Your Toys Podcast.
This podcast is intended for mature audiences only, and its sole purpose is entertainment. If it doesn't fit for your sensitive sensibilities, please feel free to turn it off now.
Shut the fuck